The papers said 30 days, but Elias had been here for 40 years. He looked at the signature at the bottom, his own name. This is the story of a man who owned everything and possessed nothing. A man who built an empire, then locked himself inside its smallest room, and forgot the key was always in his pocket. Elias Thorne arrived in this city with one suitcase, 23 years old, $80 in his pocket, a degree in architecture nobody cared about. He took the first job he could find, maintenance worker, Sterling Heights, a 14-story building on the edge of downtown. The owner was Arthur Sterling. He saw tenants as numbers, units filled or unfilled, revenue or vacancy. Elias saw something else. He saw Elena Rossi in 4B, 81 years old, arthritic hands, a faucet that leaked for 3 months. Nobody came, so Elias came. On his day off, with his own tools, he fixed the faucet, then the window that stuck, then the radiator that clanked through the night. He noticed what others ignored. Elena offered him tea. She told him about her husband, about the building, how it used to hum with life. Elias listened, and something took root. Not ambition, something quieter. He wanted to matter. 3 years later, he was still maintenance, but now he noticed the numbers. Vacancies rising, repairs ignored. The building was bleeding. Arthur was selling. Elias made an offer. Arthur laughed. "You? Buy this building? You unclog toilets." Elias didn't flinch. He had saved every paycheck, learned accounting at night. He proposed a deal, partial ownership, sweat equity. Arthur said yes. Arthur said yes. 2 hands shaking. The first door opened. Then Elias worked. God, how he worked. New paint, new pipes, new tenants. He remembered every name. Then Gwen's, Derek Williams, Sarah Chun. People, not units. The building thrived. Then Arthur Sterling died and left Elias the whole thing. Ownership changes people. He held the deed. He should have felt free. Instead, he felt weight. The building was his. But something had shifted. 5 years passed. The building became 3, then 7. Elias built. Success has a hunger. He hired managers, then managers for the managers. He stopped fixing faucets, stopped remembering names. Tenants became units again, just like Arthur used to say. One morning, a report crossed his desk. Eviction notice. Sterling Heights. Apartment 4B. He signed it. Didn't read the name. Standard procedure. The name was Rossi, Elena's granddaughter, living in the same apartment. The Fawcett apartment. He'd signed away the first person who ever believed in him. He had everything. Cars he didn't drive. Houses he didn't visit. He owned 47 buildings. 3,200 units. But he couldn't remember the last conversation that wasn't about money. 1 year later, 14 missed calls. Sterling Heights. The lobby was empty. Paint peeling. Lights flickering. There's been a problem. Code violations. Structural concerns. The city was shutting down Sterling Heights. All tenants had 90 days, except one. Apartment 4B, Sophia Rossi. Her voice echoed in his memory. "You're different, Elias. You see people." When did he stop seeing? He stood outside the building he used to know by heart. Now, it felt like a graveyard. He stood outside apartment 4B, the same door, 40 years older. So was he. He knocked. 3 taps, echoing through the silence of a building he had built and then abandoned. The door opened. Sophia Rossi. She looked at him. He looked at her. "Mr. Thorne, I've been waiting for you, not with anger, but with the exhaustion of someone who had been holding a fortress alone. Inside 4B, a tea kettle whistling just like before, the smell of Earl Grey and old books. She'd grown up here, heard the stories about the young maintenance man who cared. She poured the tea, same table, same chipped ceramic cups. You tried to evict me 5 years ago. Did you know? Elias shaking his head, looking down. I didn't read the name, Elias whispered. Standard procedure, he had said then. Now, those words tasted like ash. He'd signed away the granddaughter of the woman who first saw him. I'm staying because of her. She died in this apartment 3 years after you forgot about us. She kept saying you'd come back, that you'd remember the window and the faucet and the people. I built 47 buildings, but I lost this one. I lost myself in all of them. Elias turned to face her. I want to remember why I started. I want to fix this, not the building. This. I want to remember why I started. Not for the units, for the people. This is the only repair that matters. Sophia didn't respond. She just watched, waiting to see if he meant it. 3 weeks later, the demolition permit was on the table. One signature and the building comes down. Insurance pays out. Standard procedure. His lawyer leaned in. Just sign it. It's the smart move. Elias looked at the window. Somewhere, Sophia was waiting in an apartment that smelled like tea. He put the pen down. I'm not signing. You'll lose millions, the lawyer hissed. Then I'll lose millions. The board went into chaos. They called him reckless, madness. But for the first time in 20 years, Elias felt the weight lift. He chose differently. The building stayed, and the empire began to shrink. 6 months later, scaffolding covered the building. Elias was there every day, not managing, working. He learned names again. Roberto the electrician, Yolanda the plumber. People, not units. Elias fixing the same window from 40 years ago. Sophia Rossi watching. You're slower than you used to be. He grinned. Everything is slower than it used to be. The building hummed again. 1 year later, the grand reopening. Elias stood in the corner, watching. Neighbors became family. The building was full of life. He'd traded an empire for belonging. He stopped outside his old office. Now a community room, the Rossi room. Sophia stood beside him. He'd spent decades becoming the owner and forgot what it meant to belong. He'd always have the key. He just forgot which door it opened. Not the door to his office. Not the door to his penthouse. The door to connection. The door back to himself. The richest man is not the one who has the most. He is the one who needs the least to feel at home. What are you building? And who are you building it for?